Hello fans, welcome to another piece of news. Today we have a bombshell that is shocking all Minnesota Vikings fans. But first, if you are not yet subscribed to our news channel, then take this opportunity to subscribe. Leave a like here too because these videos are a lot of work to make and we bring everything here to you firsthand. Now today we have two bombshells. Let's go to the first one today. Vikings snow alotados. Chegou a hora de consolidar J.J. McCarthy como o rosto de franquiacum. A temporada de 2025 de NFL se aproximando. O Minnesota Vikings entra en campo como privilegio raro. A espinha dorsal de equipo foi mantida praticamente intacta en relação temporada passada. Porém, a tranquilidade aparente não significa que o trabalho esteja encerrado. Na verdade, segundo analistas da NFL, o momento exige decisões claras, principalmente sobre o quarterback J.J. McCarthy. Em uma análise publicada em 17 de junho pelo Bleacher Report, o jornalista e especialista da NFL Christopher Knox destacou que os Vikings precisam agir agora para garantir que McCarthy, segunda escolha geral da franquia em 2024, tenha o apoio total da organização para se consolidar como líder do ataque. Depois de perder a temporada de estreia por conta de uma lesão no jolo e ver Sam Darnold levar o time aos playoffs, McCarthy precisa saber que tem a confiança plena da comissão técnica e da diretoria. E hora de dixelo saber que o time dele, escreveu Knox, hora de blindar McCarthy, emotional e estruturalmente. Knox, mesmo como off-season entrando em sua fase silenciosa, os bastidores sigam agitados. Técnicos, general managers e comités executivos continuam trabalhando em ajustes importantes para garantir que seus elencos estejam prontos para o início do training camp. E os Vikings não podem desperdigar essa janela. Minnesota não. True de volta Sam Darnold ou Daniel Jones. Isso significa que eles estão, de fato, entregando o time a McCarthy. Mas depois de ano inteiro afastado, ele precisará não apenas de proteção física, mas de reforço emocional. Knox destaca que o Kevin O'Connell, head coach dos Vikings, precisa tratar McCarthy como QB1 consolidado desde o primeiro dia do training camp. Essa abordagem será vital para que o jovem quarterback, que completa apenas 22 anos nesta off-season, tenha confiança e liderança para comandar o ataque de Minnesota como autoridade. Precisa ser o time de McCarthy daqui em diante. Sam Howell, adquirido em uma troca como Seahawks, pode oferecer profundidade como veterano, mas não deve ser uma amiga percebida e titularidade. Os Vikings precisam garantir que isso fique muito claro para todos, inclusive para McCarthy. Além do quarterback, secundária ainda precisa de reforços embora McCarthy seja o grande foco da off-season. O alerta de Knox também se estende a outros setores do elenco, especialmente a defesa aérea. O jornalista aponta que o Minnesota Vikings ainda não resolveu plenamente os problemas na secundária, que terminaram a temporada passada como a 28th pior marca da liga em jardas e recebedores. Vikings eye Kirk Cousins return as Sam Howell, J.J. McCarthy ? The countdown to the start of Minnesota Vikings training camp has begun. Quarterbacks and rookies will report to Egan in a month, and while the roster is nearly complete, major changes could still happen, especially at the most crucial position in football. During the June 20th episode of the Score North podcast, analysts Judd Zulgad and Phil Mackey openly discussed whether the Vikings will make any new moves in the market before the regular season opener, scheduled for September 8th on Monday Night Football against the Chicago Bears. Zulgad believes that, for now, we won't see any changes. But he cautioned that everything could change based on how the quarterbacks perform in training camp. especially Sam Howell. I think training camp will dictate some things, Zulgad said. I'll go back to Sam Howell. If he just goes downhill, I don't think the Vikings are going to sit around and hope J.J. McCarthy doesn't get hurt. Minnesota acquired Howell in a trade with the Seattle Seahawks during the draft, giving up almost nothing. They only dropped from 142nd to 172nd pick. Considering the low investment, Howell will need to quickly show that he can be a reliable option as QB2, which so far is still unknown. And if J.J. McCarthy, the first-round rookie and face of the new era in Minnesota, doesn't convince right away, the franchise will need to act urgently. Kirk Cousins is back on the Vikings' radar, and he could be the ideal piece. In this scenario, Kirk Cousins has once again appeared strongly on the NFL's backstage. The former Vikings No. 8 left the team in March for the Atlanta Falcons, signing a $180 million contract, $100 million guaranteed. However, Georgia is already ready to move on from rookie Michael Penix Jr. and would be willing to trade Cousins for a modest trade value and reduced salary that could translate into just $10 million in 2025 for his new team. For Minnesota, the equation is simple. Cousins knows Kevin O'Connell's offensive system, with whom he had his best season in 2022, throwing for 4,547 yards and 29 touchdowns, and leading the team to the playoffs. What's more, at 37, he doesn't threaten McCarthy's long-term plan, and can act as a mentor and immediate insurance in case the rookie is injured or unstable. Vikings wanted experience behind McCarthy, but lost Darnold and Jones. The Vikings front office tried to address that gap during the offseason. There was interest in keeping Sam Darnold or even signing Daniel Jones, both available on short contracts. But both opted for teams where they would have a better chance of starting. Darnold, for example, signed with the Seattle Seahawks that left Minnesota with just Sam Howell and undrafted rookie Max Brossemer behind. McCarthy, a risky situation for a team that considers itself competitive in the NFC. So Cousins could be the ideal solution. In addition to his historic production, more than 23,000 yards and 171 touchdowns in his years in Minnesota, he represents a stability that no other name on the market can offer right now. Cousins would be the perfect mentor for McCarthy, and also serve as an elite insurance policy if the rookie needs more time, said an ESPN analyst, who recently suggested the quarterback's return to the Vikings as one of the most logical trades in the league. Bottom line, it all depends on training camp at this point. All eyes are on Egan. If J.J. McCarthy can quickly master the system and show leadership, the team can move forward with confidence. But if there's any sign of a wobble, or if Howell doesn't demonstrate his ability as a backup, Kwesi Adolfo-Mensa's phone could ring again with the Atlanta area code. Kirk Cousins' story in Minnesota may not be over. And depending on what happens on the field in the coming weeks, a reunion could become not only logical, but necessary.